face mask on yet. What's up, John? We got this spike. I think a button bug out here messing around. Hopefully we get a rock buck today, or both days. It's just Theo and I hunting today. I'm gonna try this over a little bit without making noise. Okay. So, if you can see out there behind that deer, no, we got my heater, but the batteries died in the fan. But I don't like that fan. If anybody's thinking of any last-minute Christmas gifts, I need a buddy heater. That's cool, buddy. I got a lot of deer activity during the day, like from 10 to 4. He is crunching. I'm gonna go nuts. He's eating Mike and Ike from a plastic bag. But I got a lot of really nice bucks on camera down in Ohio, so I'm excited for that. I went down yesterday and I made a run. The rocket run is what I call it. And I pulled my cameras and I put my new Tacticam up, and I'm getting pictures already, but I got a bunch of does, no buck yet on it. So I'm anxious to see what buck shows up first. Bob's down there hunting right now, and he's sitting out there all day today because it's a full moon, so those deer are scheduled, or they should be moving during midday. So Theo and I come down early today. He didn't have practice, so we got down there like, I don't know, 11. I unpacked everything, and so we wanted to get up here by noon. We got up here by 12:15, and as soon as we got in and got set up, then I seen a doe in the thicket in front of us come out, or that button buck. And then she looked over to the right, or he looked over. I think it's a button buck. He looked to the right, and this is actually a 3-point right here. But they're eating this. There's pears on the ground. You can see that pear tree right there. There's the pear tree, and it's all the brown stuff is full of pears. He's looking to his left now. Theo, get ready. Yeah, we've shot does out of this. It seems it don't bother them. They really feel safe in here because it's not really a big food plot. It's like a shot pot in the woods that we cleared out. So it's but look at all the brown pears. You can see all the pears on those trees. Let me see. Look at all those pears. They're sickle pears. We're going to be buying more pears this year because the deer love them and they stay on late. But this buck here, this little 3-point, is eating all. There's rye and there's some of the kale left. So they're eating all that stuff. And you could see like right there where they're eating it, like the sun's hitting it and melting it. And on over here, you can see where they're browsing the food plot. So we'll see what happens. Let me zoom back out here. We're just hanging out today. It's just Theo and I hunting down here, so that's pretty cool. I got Theo some steak to make him later for dinner. We're going to make a fire later, and we're just going to relax and hang out tonight. And then tomorrow we'll be in all day. Unless he gets one tonight. And this little, he keeps looking over here, so there might be something. maybe we get a shot on. Maybe we get a shot on this live for you guys. Theo can't end it right now if he wants to shoot. That bucket's right here. It keeps looking to our left, and those deer have been coming out on the left side. Real easy. Lift it up. See if you can see any bugs. See any bugs? Okay. So we're just gonna stay live for a while, you guys. And I'll just have it overlooking the food plot here. I got the heater in here, but it's not too. Yeah, it does. Theo, he hears you. Go easy on the mic and Ike's. Alright, I'll see you, buddy. Yeah, it's pretty hot here. Now, my buddy George was down here on Thursday and Friday, and he left this morning. He's seen some does. He was hunting down on the other side of the property. I told him to stay out of this area. No, I'm just kidding. But everybody has their areas that they want to hunt at down here. Yes, we put a lot of work into this up here, but I don't have no problem with people hunting there. I'd like to get one out of here, like at least Theo get one out of here. My dad, me sometimes. It don't matter to me though. I just want them to get a deer down here. So I put all this work into this food plot, but we're gonna do some more work this year and make it even better. We're gonna add some more pear trees. I'm gonna put a post in for a licking branch, and then I'm gonna put a watering hole right there, right behind there. I'm gonna put a watering hole, and we may move it blind with the tractor. We may move it up about 20 yards. That way we can shoot to that. That buck right now is at about 25 yards from us. I want to move it up maybe to there. Right in here, I want to put it. That'll give us a 30-yard shot to that pear tree. But if we add some more pear trees closer to this blind, I think we'll draw them in. So, but Thea's got the Savage ready to bark, and we got it on the bog, so it'll make a good shot, and that's a great holder for a crossbow too, so that's good for him, and I'll use it too. There you go, yawning again, John. But yeah, we're ready to go. It's comfortable. It's right around 40 degrees. I have the heater on for Theo. I don't have anything on, but I have thermal. I have my Sitka gear, my 330 merino wool base layer, my orange vest, and that's it. So, but I gotta get my face mask on too. But I told Theo, this is gonna be his last probably rifle hunt this year. So if one of these 3-points come out, we have so many 3s and 4-points that if he wants to take one this weekend, he can't. I don't want him not. If he wants to shoot one, he can. We're gonna wait for a buck today and tomorrow. But if there's a spike or a 3-point or 4-point, I would like for that 5-point to come in, that real high 5-point, because he's a little screwy and that's like a management buck. But we could definitely take a couple more doe off of here, and it wouldn't hurt to take 1 or 2 of these scrubby bucks off of here. So if Theo wants to shoot one, we'll let him shoot one tomorrow if he wants to. So let me switch it back over. Keep an eye out to the right here too. I don't want to miss nothing. Make sure you hit that like button, guys. Share us out. We got a really good video out right now. Go over its deer camp. This is going to be the second video of us down here with the guns. We'll see what happens today. So stick with us, share us out, let people know we're live. We appreciate it. So the major time is from 2 to 4 today, but they're already out. These little bucks are out. So I'm hoping one of those bigger bucks come in. They have to be breaking off of these doe at some point. We really haven't seen a real big old nanny doe come in yet in this food plot this year. We've seen them like before, like right around Halloween. We had a bunch of big doe in here, but then the bigger bucks came in, and I think the bigger bucks pushed those bigger doe to a secluded area and is keeping them doe there. But once they break off, they're gonna have to feed. So I'm hoping we get eyes on a buck here today or tomorrow. We'll see what happens. That deer like will look in here, but they don't pay no attention. If you're quiet, not banging around, you're good to go. So this deer keeps giving us all kinds of shots. Did you put the scope on him, buddy? So what we got to do after this hunting season is I got to send the Savage back the Axis. We're having an issue with the magazine. When he shoots the gun, the magazine seems to slide down a little bit, and it's not catching the next bullet to put it in the chamber. The extractor's not catching it. So I looked it up. My dad looked it up, and my buddy Kerry looked it up, and he's the one that cited it in and said we were having that problem. And then we shot it that Friday before first day, and we had the same problem. So when you shoot it, you got to push the magazine back up for it to catch the bullet, which is not good. It's not. I don't think. I think it's a safety issue for Theo anyway. But I wouldn't want to keep doing that, and I don't want to have that pressure on Theo where he has to remember to push the magazine back up on his second shot, and it's not working properly. So I called Savage, and the lady on her didn't seem too knowledgeable about anything. So I actually messaged them on Instagram because they like my videos and stuff. And they sent me a label to send it back in. So I told them after this weekend, I'm going to send this gun back in and they're going to look at it and fix it. I'm hoping they can fix it. But if I have to get another model, then I will. Theo really likes the caliber. He likes the gun. So I'm going to keep it the 350 Legend. Here he goes. He's walking off now. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to he's going to go eat some pears. What I'm going to do is I'm going to send it in after we're done and have them hopefully fix it. And if they can't fix this, because I've seen it online, if they don't fix it, then I'm going to ask for a different model. He's looking to the right, so we'll see what's happening here. That dude over there. That young one's still over there. She's over here for you. I think that's a button buck feeding over there. He's just walking back in. The lighting is when you're videoing from a blind, guys, it messes with your light so much that you gotta adjust all your settings on your video camera or your camera to get good footage because you're in the blind where it's dark and you're shooting out of the blind to it where it's bright, and especially with this snow. So it's hard to mix. But I'm using the phone for this live and it does pretty decent. My iPhone does pretty decent when we go live, but when I'm videoing with the camera or the GoPro, it's kind of tough to get the lighting right. But if you guys get a chance, please hit that like button and share us out. Let some people know that we're live. We got some deer in the plot, and who knows what's going to come in. Yeah, now I did hear there's a guy at work who has the Axis 2, and he said he was having an issue with that as well with the Axis 2. So I don't know what the fix is. Now, today, I put that new magazine in that you got him, Dad. I put in the new one in, and it's a plastic magazine. The other one's a metal one. So I put this plastic one in. Now, Theo, that deer is looking into the woods there. He's making a little scrape, but he's looking back in the woods, so keep an eye on it. All right, buddy? See ya. He's looking into the woods there, and he's walking away, so there might, I don't know, maybe something's coming. Who knows? I really like studying the deer and how they act, and you could see, you know something's coming before you even see it. It's crazy how a deer can see and know that another deer's coming. It's crazy. But he walked over to that scrape and he was messing around, but he looked hard into the woods there, into that thicket. And then he walked back, so maybe there's something in there. Who knows? I could see pretty far into there, and you could see him coming. But yeah, we'll see what happens. See if we can't get that path right there where he's at. See that tracks that go up there. Hey, Yoper, what's up, buddy? Thank you for coming in. We got a 3-point out there right now, and we have a button buck to our right. But that path right there where you see them tracks going up, those bucks during Halloween week and before Halloween week, they were using that path constantly. He's looking over. It's something. He's probably looking at that button buck. But I'm gonna keep checking out because you never know when something's gonna come. So let me check here. Okay, so that button buck's looking at him, and he's looking at the button buck. Maybe something will be coming. Who knows? He's checking that button buck out. Yeah, but I got some pretty big plans for this food plot. My dad and I have been talking about some stuff we want to do and some trees we want to cut out. There's a couple dead trees right there that we want to take out. Those two. That one and that one. We want to take those two out. There's a few trees right here. Like these two trees there we want to take out. So we'll see. We're gonna do some work on it. He's playing with the branch over there. Like he's some big tough buck. But in rifle season, that's all we've been seeing are these small bucks. That's why I think the big bucks are off in the thicket with the does, the bigger, mature does. There goes the other deer, the button buck or whatever is walking over there. See what happens. I like bringing you guys along with these lives. I hope almost shot an 8 point in my life before Halloween, or it was my Halloween hunt. I had a decent 8 point in front of me. It was a little spooky, but I could have shot him, but I passed him. There's lots of live that I did, so make sure you're checking out all the lives we do for this hunting. We usually see a lot of deer in our lives, so he's coming back to that pear tree. But see how he's in that open grass over there? That ain't grass, that's food plot. But they're they're browsing around through there. That's why it's all green. It ain't there's no snow on it. We'll see what happens. But I'm gonna get my face mask on quick here because I don't want to be exposed. He's making himself on that screen. Trying to be a big buck. I got the ozonics right here on the ledge today. I did a little different. It's right there. I put it out the window just to try to see, because I've been reading some stuff on it, and they're saying you shouldn't have it in your blind blowing on you and breathing in and all that good stuff. So maybe that's why I'm so crazy. So I've been breathing in ozonics for years. Yeah, he's just messing around out there. But something's got to give. We've been seeing so many little bucks, it's unreal. So it's just a matter of time, I think. Just, you gotta be here to see them, you know what I mean? You gotta just be at the right time. And I told Theo, you just gotta do everything that you can to up your odds. Like, you're scent free. Like, I took a scent free shower before we came up. Use the ozonics, come in here really quiet. And Theo's eating Mike and Ike's with a plastic bag. It's driving me insane, but we're having fun too, though, ain't we? So hopefully something comes out and we get a shot. But you always want to try to up your odds. You always want to increase the percentages, for the hunter and for yourself. And I told him, you got to be out there to get them. You can't shoot them from the couch. And you got to put your time in. And sometimes you sit for hours and you don't get the deer that you want. So, but then it only takes 30 seconds for a deer to come in, and could be the biggest deer of your life. You never know. So he's walking back in there. You can see him in there. And this here's right there. I just turned the fan on. Can you guys hear the fan for the heater? I just wanted to see if you could hear it. But it ain't super, super loud, but it's loud enough for me. So be turning it on and off every once in a while. Let me know if you could hear that heater. I know you could hear Theo eating his Mike and Ike's. I can't wait till he's done. There's something rubbing on that fan or something, I think. My dad has a cool setup. He has the buddy heater, but he got one of those fans you set on top, and the heat makes it spin the fan blades. So it's super quiet in that thing. You roast in here. You can take your you can take your jacket off. Can't hear any noise. Yeah, I can hear it, but it might be okay for hunting in here, but I don't know. But we gotta go and we feel the heat, bud. Yeah, Theo can feel the heat. It blows it around pretty good, actually. I am gonna rip that bag off you. Are you done with this thing? Drives me insane. I got some Charleston shoes in my bag, but I'm gonna dump them all out in my pouch and eat them like that. There'll be little fuzzies on them and everything, but I still eat them. Be pieces of dirt and probably old dried up chew in my in my pouch, and get it all over my Charleston shoes. But I'll eat them because we're hunting like men. Or you guys hear me say this all the time, man. When I was it happened when I was down here hunting Halloween. I looked over to my right and I seen a 5 point walking in the field, the food plot, and all of a sudden I seen a rat come up over the hill from my stand. And it was that 8 point that I passed up, but that was the first time I seen a buck come up over the hill like that. It was really neat. I just seen a white rat coming up over the hill. But I keep looking over there to try to duplicate that and just see something coming up, you know. And it's funny because you see all kinds of big bucks when you can't shoot them at 100 yards, but then when you have a gun and you're ready to go, you don't see a deer you could shoot. But that's hunting, and whoever hunts knows that feeling. Like you're so anxious to get something. But a lot of people will go out in the morning and they come back in at 10 o'clock and they wait till 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock and they go back out, but not realizing this midday. Since I started hunting years ago, like all day hunts, I'm gonna do all day hunts as long as I can, guys, because I know as you get older, it's harder to do. But I've seen a lot of deer in midday. So if you guys, I encourage if you guys can do an all day sit, or when you're in late season, you don't have to get up at the crack of dawn and be out there in the morning because them deer ain't moving in the morning when it's that cold out. When I went down to Ohio, it was 11 degrees. So that was like late season weather. And we're at that point right now where we're getting late season weather early. And, you don't have to be out there at the first thing, first light right now. And let the cameras a little bit. Don't hunt your cameras. I always am. I'm like, don't hunt the cameras because you could be missing some deer. But it's getting to the point now, guys, where you don't have to get out there in the morning first thing. Now we will be because we don't hunt. Theo don't hunt all the time, so I try to get him out there and get him out here as much as possible and hunt. When you're at camp, you're here to hunt. You're here to hang out like in the summer, but like when you're down there for hunting season, you want to hunt. So why sit down in the cabin when you or in the camp when you could be up in the blind and sitting? So I encourage you guys to get out there and try to sit that midday or that all day sit. And if you can't do it, then just sleep in and get out there around 10 and hunt that. Yeah, sorry guys, I got a phone call from the deer processor from Theo's deer, probably done. I'll have to call him back after our hunt. But like I said, I encourage you guys to, if you can get out in the morning all day, that increases your chance too, because you never know. I mean, I'm not saying that you're not going to see deer in the morning, but when you're in later season, your chances of a deer moving first thing in the morning is pretty rare. They're hard to see in the morning because it's so cold out. They wait till it warms up a little bit before they start moving. So, it's okay to sleep in and then go out and hunt the rest of the day. And I like that 10 to dark, hunt that 10 to 2, 10 to 3. And I almost guarantee you'll see more deer than you see just getting up and going and coming out at 10 o'clock and going back in at 2 or 3. Hunt that 10 to 2 time, and I guarantee you're going to see more deer, and you'll have a chance at surprisingly more bucks because I see a lot of bucks at midday. So I'm going to keep doing the all day sits as long as I can do them, guys. I start work next week, 5 to 1:30. I'm on a winter shift, so I have some time to get out in the evening after work, late season. Um, but I can't wait to get back down to Ohio. I'm getting them big bucks on camera, so uh, I'll be doing a live, and I'll be going through the camera pictures with you guys soon. If you guys are interested, and I think it's going to be a really good one, I'm doing a live on Wednesday night at 8 o'clock with Josh from Whitetail Driven Solutions. And we're going to be talking about thermals and understanding thermals for hunting. So we're going to be going over that. And Josh has a pretty big announcement that he wants to make. He made it on his channel already, but he's going to make the announcement on my channel as well. We got some really cool things. He's got some really cool things coming up on his channel and his business. So he's going to be announcing some cool stuff that night too. So if you guys are available Wednesday night at 8 p.m. on I believe it's the 10th coming up. So 8 o'clock on the 10th, it'll be after my video premieres. We'll be going live with Josh from Whitetail Driven Solutions. We're going to have a really cool live stream. So if you get a chance, stop in and you see it's on my channel. So share it out to people. I'm trying to get as many people in there as we can. But we appreciate each and every one of you guys. And I know you're probably sick of me saying it, but we're doing a thank you giveaway soon this year. Well, I don't even want to promise you this year because January's coming really quick. But it's maybe we'll do it at the beginning of the year. But we try to do one every year. But it's just been so tough with all the stuff that I've been doing. And I probably have 8 videos out there that I'm editing right now for my Ohio hunts. So that'll be coming out. But the deer camp one that I put out, I wanted to put that out in a timely manner because it's that time of the season. So I put that out, and that's doing pretty well. If you haven't watched that video, go over Theo takes a doe with his new gun. So definitely go check that out. But we're set up for the night here, and then we're gonna leave the stuff in the stand, and we're gonna be up tomorrow. And we'll probably do another live with you guys tomorrow as well. So hopefully something comes out tonight. But you could see that doe or that buck in that green over there. That's the sun melting that part of the food plot, and they usually use that to that's what they're eating. And I have the kestrel kale, I have the purple top turnips, I have the daikon radish, and then I have the what is it called? The what is it called? Dwarf Essex kale or dwarf Essex rape is in here as well. Now the purple top turnips and the daikon radish were stunted a little bit from our drought, but the greens grew, but not the bulbs. There may be some bulbs that are growing somewhere in there, but they're not going to get real big. Um, but I was watching bow hunting, and Josh is pretty intelligent guy. He's a great hunter, and he made sense by saying that he deliberately plants later some of his food plots because he don't want them to get to maturity and get like woody stems and stuff. He likes a young food plot to be more palatable for the deer. So that's sort of what we had this year because we got it stunted and it never reached full potential, but it got really, it grew, but it's a lot of young, tender uh, greens. And I think the deer really like that this year. Now you won't get as much tonnage out of a plot like that, but it works like both ways, like you think, oh man, my plot didn't grow and get to maturity, but then it has that palatability, it has that attraction to be more palatable for the deer. so it won't grow as much and get as much tonnage, and it probably won't last as long. I'm surprised our plot lasted this long, but the pear trees and the soft mass in your food plots will take the pressure off of your food plot. So if you have a chance to plant trees in soft mass in your food plots, crab apples, pears, acorns, chestnuts. If you plant that kind of stuff in your food plot, around your food plot, that takes a lot of the pressure off of the green. And right now they prefer those pears because they're high in, sugar, which gives them energy and stuff. So it's a really good thing to have late in the season. And pears last longer than apples, and I believe that deer love the apples. So that's your off the hook tip of the week. Plant soft mash trees in amongst your food plot, and it'll take some of the pressure off of it. I hate when I do that. I forget I have my rim of my hat, and I look out the window, and we have the windows down, or we have the windows up on each side of us. And I go to look out the window, and I hit the rim of my hat on the dang window. But he's just feeding out there. And a deer will eat 7 pounds a day. I think it's 7.5 tons of food a year a deer will put away. So when you got a lot of deer like we have down here, these little plots usually don't last long. And like I said, I credit these pears for having some tonnage on it, so it takes that pressure off. But yeah, you need a lot of food plots to maintain your herd. But it don't hurt this year. I was hoping George would have got a doe or two. Carrie would have taken a doe. My dad still got a doe license. I got a doe license. Theo's up with his doe, but Theo has a doe license for Allegheny County as well, and so do I. But we need to take some deer off of this property for sure because there's a lot of little bucks in here, and to get the bigger bucks bigger, you got to thin the herd out so there's more food for the deer. So it actually won't hurt to take a few doe off of here or some of these small bucks that aren't going to amount to much. And like I say that, like this 3 point that was out here. I mean, he could be an 8 or a 10 next year. You never know. But we have so many small bucks like threes, spike. We have spikes. We have 3 points. We got 4 points. I mean, Kerry seen last week, he had 3 4 points walking in a line across his plot down there where he was hunting. There was 3 4 points. So like stuff like that, you can definitely thin out your herd a little bit and take those smaller bucks. And it's fun for the kids. They're gonna see deer. They get a chance to shoot a deer. They're not the biggest deer in the world, but it's helping the land. It's making it fun for the kids, and it's making it fun for me too because I love when Theo takes a deer. That's awesome. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. But he shot 6 deer here in 3 years. He's got a buck every year, and he's got a doe every year down here. He would have had that really nice 10 point this year, but we couldn't find it. Now that would have been his biggest buck of the year, or of his hunting career, I should say. But he's young, and there's nothing wrong with taking smaller deer. It's still a trophy, and it's still fun to do. So don't ever let anybody tell you that, oh, you shouldn't have taken that deer. It was too small. It was this and that. It is what you want to be. If it's fun for you and you want to take that deer, then take the deer. If it makes you happy. You see that on social media all the time. Oh, you should let that deer go. You should let this go. If it makes you happy, man, shoot it. You know, here today, gone tomorrow type deal where, I might not be hunting tomorrow. We don't got that guarantee. So make sure you're out there having fun because you never know what can happen. You know what I mean? I've had friends just go away. You know what I mean? Like here today, gone tomorrow. So, and that could happen to anybody. So enjoy life, enjoy hunting, do what you can now. And all these people, retirement, they wait till retirement to do stuff. It's like, man, do it now. Then do more stuff when you retire. Get out there and have fun, enjoy it while you can. You never know. Tomorrow's not guaranteed, guys. So have fun while you can. Yeah, and we do have a lot of deer down here, man. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of smaller deer and upcoming, bucks and future bucks. And we don't have the money to support them all. That's another thing. Like, I would love that. We have the equipment and stuff now, but we have a budget, and you could spend thousands of dollars on deer, but we have like 100 acres, 110 acres, whatever it is down here, 95, whatever it is. And, we have land all around us, and we're just trying to attract and keep some of the deer here for hunting season so we could see the deer and get a chance at taking deer. And it's starting to happen now, guys, like these last 5 years. And recently, the last 2 or 3 years have been our better years where we're seeing bigger bucks, more deer, but you got to maintain them. Yes, seen a lot of deer. Now, some of those deer were the same deer coming back and forth, but that's a lot of deer on your property to be eating and maintaining it, Now, they are getting rid of some woods to our right. The property on our right is logging, and they're making, I think, cattle fields over there. So they're taking a lot of the woods out for the deer that were over there. So if those deer are coming onto our property, I mean, they could wipe out, all the browse, all the food. So we got to create that. We got to bring a lot of these trees down to deer level to feed them because the deer's diet is 60, 70% browse, woody browse. And that's very important. You have these food plots and that, but the deer still need the browse. So we got to bring them trees down to their level. There's a lot of ways you can do that. A couple guys with chainsaws can make a really big difference on a property. So we're going to be trying to do that in the next upcoming years here. We're going to plant some more trees. We're going to get some more food plots, and not really make more food plots, but just maintain what we have and make them a little better. We'll see what happens. Deer's still out there. We're going to run it for a while. But if we weren't seeing a lot of deer, then I would be like, well, leave that little one go because we need that little one, for next year. We got to get the age on them. But there's so many smaller deer, smaller bucks here that it's okay to take a couple small young deer. So, but I have to call the deer processor after this evening, and I'll tell them I'll be out Monday to get it. And I have a few people lined up for deer too. I've been helping some people out over the last couple of years. They get on the list. So that young doe that Theo shot, um, that lady's been getting deer off me for years. So And I told her if that's not enough, we'll get you more. So, but it all works out. And you can see this plot. They feel safe in this plot. I mean, this deer's been here for an hour. That other deer just walked into the woods and they come back out and feed and then they go back in. So this is more of a big shot plot is what I call it because I it ain't like a destination plot where they walk to and stay here all night. They come here and they hit it before they go out and they hit it before they go to bed. So that's I like this. That's why you can get them at all times of the day here. We have woods all around us. It isn't like big fields or nothing. So that's the woods behind us are a little too opened, and I talked to my dad about that. We're gonna be hinge cutting, and we're gonna be dropping some trees and making some bedding behind us, and making it thicker and opening that canopy up so we can get some woody browse behind us. And we have plenty of it in front of us and all around, but the woods behind us need some attention. So we're gonna definitely give that some work this year and make it a little better. I have some ideas. She's walking off now. But guys, deer don't like open woods. So you could have big oaks in there and oak trees, and they're gonna be in there at night when you're not able to hunt them. So you want stuff thick. You want to not be able to see. You know, they say you kick a soccer ball. You shouldn't be able to kick a soccer ball through the woods for deer habitat. And then you have people that log for money, and it actually, if you're a logger and you want your woods and you're trying to make money, it's not a good deer habitat. But if there's certain ways to do things for deer and there's certain ways to do things for trees with money, people want to have mature trees, and a mature woods is not a good woods for deer. You want all that new growth, all the thick stuff, all that food right at their deer level, like right at your head high is what you want um, your brows not to be. So if you can see through the woods 100 yards and you can kick a soccer ball through the woods, that's too open for deer. That's just a word of thumb, like just something to, if you can see 50 yards in woods, 100 yards in the woods, that's way too open for them. You got to be able to, like, look at this stuff right here. You can't see into that. You could see 20 yards into there. That's the stuff they're coming out of, and that's the stuff they like. All this stuff right in front of us is perfect deer habitat. And that's why we're seeing so many deer coming out of there. They feel safe in there. And they can come out, grab a bite to eat, and go back in bed. But behind us, I could see all the way down to our next food plot. So I could see if a deer's coming 200 yards away. And believe me, when the leaves are on the trees, they'll walk that way. But when there's no leaves on there, you could see that they walk. If they have to walk it, they walk through the thickest part of it. That deer's still there. I'm gonna pick you guys up real quick and make some noise probably, but I'm gonna open this window up right here. I'm gonna just show you down here what I mean about open woods. See how open that is? Right there. You can see 200 yards. That's too opened. So we're gonna close all that off. We're gonna drop trees. We're gonna be making some improvements on that. Okay, she's looking into that stuff over there. See if something's coming out down that path too. keep it on her for a little bit, guys. See if something comes out. Something else, anyway. There's some thickets. There's some thickets to our right behind us, and those deer will walk that, and they come out to our left. They come out over here, and it's thick to the left of us, but then it opens up. So, but our other property, our sister property over here, our neighbor, there's like some fields, some old gas wells and stuff like that that's really thick. So they stay on that side. Thank you. Thanks, PA. Appreciate you, buddy. Make sure you hit that like button. If you get a chance, guys, hit that share and share us out. There's also a new feature that I wasn't aware of on here, and you can hype our videos. And when you hype the videos, if you get enough hypes and enough points, they rank you in rankings. I know I'm not going to be able to be ranked up there with the top notch, with the top dogs, but if you hype videos, it helps get shared out and it helps go to more people. So if you guys can hit that like and hype button for me, that would be awesome. Okay, so she's walking over there still. So we'll see. But this is the time of year where you never know what you're going to see, guys. And one of those bucks break off a doe, and it can make the best hunt of your life. Thea's just sort of like passed out. But that's okay. I'll get him up when I see a deer. I can't pass out. I get too excited when I'm sitting in the stand. I love deer hunting. She keeps looking in there, jerking her head up, and they'll know what's coming before something comes. I'll tell you that much. They could see, they could smell, they could hear way better than we can. Sometimes they could hear that deer low grunts where we can't hear them. But she's in there looking at something. We just got to see one rack today. One rack that excites us, and then we're going to take it. She's still looking. She might be like stomping or something too. I don't know what the heck she sees. She's got her eyes on something. She's looking at something. I'm just going to keep looking. See if I can't see something too. She's staring. I can't see nothing through this thicket yet. She's looking another way. Yeah, last week we were here. I don't know if we were doing a live or not, but we were sitting here, and that deer, it was the deer in the field, sort of doing what she's doing right now. Because I think it was a button buck, just stood straight up in the air, like lifted his head up, and was looking hard to the left in this thicket over here, like in there. And we didn't see nothing for like 5 minutes. Then all of a sudden, 3 deer come walking out. So that deer knew there was deer in there before we even could see him. She's walking back in now. She's looking back there. She's still looking back in there. And she's leaving, so maybe someone else is coming. Who knows? Here she goes. She's in the woods. I gotta clean my windows off in here too. Hard to see out of the right side. Alright guys, we've been going for about an hour. Had some deer in the field. So we're probably gonna head out. And there she is right there. She's walking to the left of us. They disappear so easy and reappear. But yeah, I guess we're gonna get going. Thank you for joining us today. We may go live again. Who knows? See what happens. But we're trying to cut a video as well. So, if you haven't checked out our lives or our other video, our deer camp video, go over check that out. This is going to be another deer camp video as well. But I just released it on Wednesday. So if you haven't checked it out, go over, check it out, hype it up, like it, hype it, and share it out. And I guess we'll see ya on the next hunt. Like I always say, guys, take a kid fishing or hunting. We want to preserve our sport and pass it on to future generations, and we will see ya.